For more than 30 years, we've sacrificed and bled for a memory of peace we've never known. Few remain of those who fought before, and the burdens of command now fall on us. We were trained to survive in a hostile, changing galaxy. To evolve and adapt new tactics, and leverage the environment in our favor using the shifting phase lanes to cut off our enemies. This new form of guerrilla warfare would serve us well in the years to come. Our economic and manufacturing systems will become more resilient, more flexible. We would become unparalleled in maintaining the essential supply lines required to fuel the war effort. And we would modernize our fleets to take advantage of newly discovered resources. But our enemies have not stood idle. The alien Vasari have continued to race ahead of us in their mastery of phase technology. Reports of strange structures empowering devastating new fleet tactics have become increasingly frequent. The Advent deviants have proven to be our greatest threat. Their spread across former traitor worlds has reached a critical mass, and now allows them to function as one. The collective will, bent on our destruction. Now, something new is on the horizon. Signals from both friendly and enemy planets are falling at an unprecedented pace. And all attempts to survey the situation have failed. We don't know what's out there, but a confrontation is imminent. We'll be ready when it comes.
Hi everyone, this is meowmurai. Let's check out Sins of a Solar Empire 2 running on PC. Now this game is finally available on Steam. It's been available on other platforms for a while now. Let's see, Advent Summer Horizon update. After 1,000 years in the exiled Advent, the exiled Advent have returned. Outcast by the old trade order, the deepened Advent unity now seeks vengeance against the TEC. Explore playing as the Advent Wrath or the Advent Reborn and convert the heathens to the Unity's will. If you're new to the game, check out our tutorials to help get started. For those returning, you'll find thousands of updates since you were last here. Have fun. Okay. Let's see here. Let's take a look at our settings. We didn't get subtitles in there, so I'm wondering, are there subtitles? That's interesting not to even have subtitles as an option. How old is this game? It can't be so old that subtitles weren't a standard. I mean, that's been a standard for a very long time now. Okay. Well, interesting. Okay, so we got some tutorials. We got, well, we got a lot of tutorials. My God. Okay, camera controls. I don't even know if we'll even get to play the game. Look at all those tutorials. Welcome back to Basic Camera Control, Commander. We're happy you've chosen to take our quick course on viewing your new empire. To begin, let's test rotating the camera around the heavy factory in front of you. Hold right mouse button and move the mouse to rotate the camera. Very nice. As you can see, you can move your mouse. As you can see, as you move your mouse, you can get a 360-degree view of the factory. You can rotate the camera wherever you desire, not just when focused on an object. Next, let's go over how to control the camera's zoom distance. There are two primary ways to control the camera zoom, with hotkeys or with the mouse wheel. Let's begin with a couple of keyboard commands to quickly get a view of your local area. Using the hotkey shown below, move the camera distance out from its position. So that's Q. This quick zoom level shows you the local region. Now let's return back to the planet view. Click the indicated below button to zoom the camera back in. So E. Most of the time you'll want to use the mouse wheel to change your view distance. Let's try that now. Then we're going to zoom out. Great, now zoom back in near the same planet with the mouse wheel. When zooming in with the mouse wheel, the camera will zoom towards where your cursor is located. Try this by zooming out and see all the planets, then zoom in towards another planet. With zooming mastered, let's move on to panning the camera. Try using the keyboard. Try panning left now. We're going to do A to pan. D, forward, and back. So we're using WASD. Congratulations, you have completed the basic camera tutorial. Alright, HUD overview. Welcome back to the basic HUD overview, Commander. We will explore the game's HUD at a surface level, with more in-depth overviews of the game systems in later tutorials. This is the civilian research button. Click it now. Wait. Your civilian research tree will contain many research subjects that usually pertain to your empire's economy, colonization, culture, and other non-combat areas. Feel free to explore this screen. We will go more in depth in later tutorials. This is the military research button. Click it now. Blink. This is your military research tree. It contains research subjects that usually pertain to your empire's combat abilities, such as upgrading weapons and defense stats, and unlocking new combat ships. Feel free to explore this screen. Good. Hover over a mouse to highlight something. Pretty typical. This is the diplomacy button. Click it now. This is your diplomacy view. It shows all your opponents and allies currently in the game. From this screen, you can initiate trade deals, propose and break ceasefires, and manage your relationships with other players. Feel free to explore this screen for a moment. We got some nice looking other races. In some ways kind of similar looking, but different, right? This is the Minor Factions button. Click it now. Here's the Minor Factions window. As you explore the galaxy, you will discover minor factions. You can spend influence with them to gain various benefits, either temporary or permanent. This is a large topic, fit for another tutorial. Okay. This is the Military Command button. Click it now. This is your military command window. It allows you to manage all your capital ship and starbase abilities and items all in one place. Feel free to explore this window before moving on. Yeah, I like how snappy the interface is. That to me is very, very fast. Sometimes that's good, and sometimes that's bad, depending on how the layout of the information is. But I think that generally this is good stuff. Like I don't have to wait a long time for the window to come up. This is the Colonized Planets button. Click it now. This is the Colonized Planets window. Here you can see all your planets and manage their logistics tracks and structures. Defensive tracks and structures, economic tracks, and planet items. Feel free to explore the screen for a while. About economy, mining, research, survey. Home Guard Command Center. Okay. This is your resources view. It shows your credits, metal, and crystal stockpiles. Hovering over the icons shows you important information such as income rates and income sources. There's a more in-depth tutorial later, but for now, just know that this is the primary way to see how much of each resource you have. A little quick view. This is the market button. Click it now. This is the market window. From here, you can buy and sell metal and crystal. You can also sell exotics, but not buy them. Market interactions are only possible after you have discovered a market and if it hasn't been destroyed. Feel free to explore this screen. Okay. This is the tech trade button. Each race has a specialized system suited to their playstyle. For the tech, they receive the trade system. Click it now. This is the tech trade window where you can manage your trade economy. Export points, top, and export types, left, goods, metal, crystal, are acquired by, goods, metal, crystal, are acquired by trade ports and around planets. You allocate export points to export types to adapt your economy to changing needs. This is the exotics button, which also summarizes your exotic inventory. Click it now. This is the exotics window, which shows you how many exotics and exotic refineries your empire has. You will need different types of exotics to build advanced units such as capital ships and titans. You will learn more about exotics and how to acquire them in a later tutorial. This is the in-game clock. It shows how much time has passed in-game relative to your selected game speed. Hovering over the clock allows you to see the pause and game speed buttons. The pause button also allows you to pause the game. Hover the clock and click the pause button to continue. Notice that the clock text has changed color to show the game is paused. In single player, you are free to queue up orders to ships and planets while paused. Try unpausing with the keyboard now. Spaced unpause. What do we call those? The left dash? I guess they're dashing right. The right dash button increases the game speed. Click it to change the game speed. The left dash button decreases the game speed. Click to decrease the game speed. This is the future orbits button. It allows you to view your future positions of planets and phase lanes. You can learn more details on this feature in the Galaxy Overview tutorial. This button toggles cinematic view, which removes the HUD for watching battles or taking screenshots. You can also escape from this mode with the escape key. Okay, something I probably rarely use. Congratulations, you completed the basic HUD tutorial. Right, Galaxy Overview. Welcome to the Galaxy Overview tutorial. You will get an overview of the map features and how orbiting planets change the game. First, let's zoom out to get a big picture of the galaxy. You should be seeing your home planet now. Notice that it has indicators to differentiate it from other normal planets. You will notice that your home planet is connected to other unexplored planets. These connections are called phase lanes. Your ships will travel along these connections to get to other planets. You will start surrounded by unexplored planets. The beginning of the game will involve discovering what planets are next to you. Those undiscovered planets are indicated with the icon below. Like this guy, and there we go, right? Is it Q? Yeah, there we go. Normally, you will start the game with scouts that will start exploring on their own immediately. Let's build one now. Select your home planet, open the ship build menu, and select the scout icon. Ship build. Then scout. Your scout corvette has an auto explore ability, so you don't have to micromanage it. Feel free to zoom in and watch it start exploring. We will now reveal the entire map for you for the purpose of this tutorial. Oh, geez. Now that the entire galaxy is revealed, zoom all the way out so that we can examine some colonizable planets. Asteroids are the most basic planetoid you can colonize. They have limited space to upgrade, but essential for expanding your empire. Ice plants are primarily specialized in crystal. They also have a decent credit income. All factions like getting ice worlds early in the game. Volcanic planets are primarily specialized in metal. Volcanics also have high research track levels, but notably bad credit generation. There are many other planets and features to discover as you explore. Feel free to look around. Asteroids. Primordial planet. Desert planet. Dessert planet, huh? Get some cake there. One of the most important new gameplay features of Sins 2 is the orbiting planets. During the game, planets will move, creating new phase lanes and destroying others. You can peek up to 1 hour into the future using the Future Orbits button. This allows you to plan your strategy around the changing topology. Click the button now. Oh, interesting. Note how the planets are moving and the phase lanes are changing. You can move back and forth in time by clicking the time bar. Congratulations, you completed this tutorial. How many of these things are there? Oh my god, there's a lot. Okay, so this first session will just be us going through the tutorial. I don't even think we're going to start a new game. That's a lot of stuff to cover. Okay, orbital structures. So far, you know, I will say that the game looks really great, and it runs surprisingly well. Sometimes these games don't run very well. Real-time 4X games are usually don't look good. Unfortunately, you know, they're usually on the lower budget scale in order to kind of make up for the more complex nature of the games. But so far, this actually looks good and runs really good. So that's good news. Much like you know, I mean, even Homeworld 3, which came out a couple months back, I mean, that has a problem running on even some pretty significant systems. You know, unless you really cut down the visuals. Okay, welcome to the orbital structures tutorial. Building structures in orbit around your planet is essential to playing the game. Select your planet and open up the structures build menu. Click the build orbital structures button to continue. All orbital structures are grouped into either civilian or military categories. Here we have outlined the all civilian structures. Orbital structures cost slots to place in orbit. You can see the planet's current slot usage above the current structure buttons. So I got 5, potentially civilian. Upgrading the planet's logistics track will increase the slots you have to spend on civilian orbital structures. So this tiny button here. Upgrading the planet's defensive track will increase the slots you have to spend on military orbital structures. Now let's build a light factory. This is necessary to build any corvettes or frigates for your fleet. The cursor has now been loaded with a light factory. You can move it around to place it exactly where you want. Okay. Now that you place your light factory, a constructor ship will automatically come over to build it. You will never have to manage these constructor ships yourself. Just place the structures and move on. Okay, good. It's not super duper micromanagement, but there is a lot of management. You can also skip the micromanagement of placing your structures by holding control when clicking the structure button. The structures will automatically be placed near other structures. Try this by quickly building 3 Gauss defense platforms. Okay, 1, 2, 3. You can quickly remove instant scuttle queues or structures under construction by right-clicking a structure button. Try this with either your light factory or Gauss defense platforms before your constructor has completed building them. You can also move your orbital structures to adapt to changing phase lanes due to orbiting planets. Click on the Rotate Structures button to advance the planet menu. You can also move your orbital structures to adapt to changing phase lanes due to orbiting planets. Click the Rotate Structures button to advance the planet menu. Move your mouse to see the new structure positions. While structures are rotating, they will be offline and not able to fire at enemies or build units. Move mouse to see the new structure positions. When structures are rotating, they will be offline and not be able to fire. Okay. What am I clicking on? Okay, we completed with this tutorial, huh? Unit controls. Welcome to basic unit controls. First, we will begin interacting with units. First, find and select your home planet. Remember to zoom out if you don't immediately see it. Open your planet's build ships window to build your first capital ship. Left-click on any of the capital ship icons to build your first capital ship. Your first capital ship will always be free and built instantly. Akan, Dunov, Dreadnought, Sova. Oh, they really are all free. The selection window at the top right will show all units in the same gravity well. This makes it easy to interact with all nearby friendly enemy units. Or, yeah. Find and select your new capital ship. That's this guy.
Reporting in.
You can focus your camera on any unit by clicking it again once it's selected. Try this with your selected capital ship. Now that your capital ship is selected, you can give it orders. Use the move action button to load your cursor and click where you want to move the ship. So move.
A sound plan.
All capital ships have 3 core abilities and 1 ultimate ability that are unlocked as the capital ship gains experience and earns in combat. Pressing the yellow arrow above an ability will level it up. All capital ships can be further customized with ship items. These are powerful items that are unlocked with research acquired from minor factions or discovered from other special sources. Click an empty ship item slot to open up a ship item window and purchase any available item to install it onto your capital ship. Okay, Fleet Essentials. Welcome to Fleet Essentials, Commander. Fleets make building and managing ships across your empire much easier. All fleets can be managed from the bookmark window at the top left of the HUD. This window can also be used to bookmark planets, but for now, let's focus on fleets. Okay, these are bookmarks. You will typically always start the game with a fleet auto-created unless you have it disabled in settings. We have disabled your auto-created fleet for this tutorial only. Add your first fleet now. Okay, and a fleet can be selected like any other unit by left-clicking. Select your newly added fleet. Selecting a fleet will always bring up the ship build window. Here you can see what your current fleet composition is. Otherwise, this looks the same as building from any factory or planet, but it's much more powerful. All fleet build requests will choose factories best suited to meet these requests based on a number of factors, including distance and production backlog. Simply queue up ships to build, and your subordinates will handle the rest. You will never worry about searching for your ship factories again. Let's get your new fleet organized. Make sure you still have your fleet selected. Click any of the capital ship buttons in the ship build window, and the ship will automatically join the fleet and move to its location.
I've got your back.
A fleet with just one ship isn't much of a fleet at all. Let's support your capital ship with some cobalt light frigates. Hit and hold the shift key to queue up units faster. Build 20. I see. While your light frigates are building, you can inspect where they are being constructed on the tooltip. Hover over the selected build queue icon, and the tooltip will display which planets are fulfilling your orders. We will now speed up the construction of your light frigates so that you aren't waiting around for too long. We will now show you how to quickly split off and create new fleets. First, select all your newly built light frigates on the upper right selection window.
Give the order.
Click on the Add Fleet icon to instantly make a new fleet with only your selected ships.
Fleet created.
If you zoom out, you will see both fleet icons below your home planet. You can easily merge fleets together by left-clicking the icon of one fleet and then right-clicking the fleet you wish to merge it into. Try this with your two fleets. So,
Comm channel
two.
open. Fleet deployment acknowledged.
Fleets are controllable like any other unit. By default, they travel quickly to other gravity wells without waiting for other ships. To make them jump together, right-click the Move button. By default, fleets will attack everything in their gravity well. You can change this behavior by clicking the Engagement Range button inside the Attack button. Alright, that's Fleet Essentials. Research Overview. Welcome to the Research Tutorial, Commander. Here, we will go over the basics of research systems. Let's get started. This is your military research button. You will see the number 0 on it. This number represents your Empire's military research points, of which you currently have 0. Let's resolve that. That's planet. Okay, open the Build Orbital Structures window by pressing this button. Wink. Click the Military Research Station button and place it somewhere in your gravity well. You have now obtained a military research point. Building orbital research stations is the primary ways to do this, but you can also build surface planet items to obtain them as well. Let's see what they're good. Let's see what they're good for. This is the military research window, which contains all the military research that your empire is capable of. It is quite expansive, and in some screen resolutions you may need to scroll down to see it all. This is your tier tree. Unlocking each level makes the tier research subjects available for purchase. Unlocking each tier also grants your empire permanent bonuses. You've now enough research points to unlock the first tier. Click it to begin unblocking it. While the tier is unlocking, you can queue up any research in that tier's research column. A crucial element of the military research tree is fleet supply research. It determines the number of ships your empire can support simultaneously. It is also located on the top row of each race's military research equivalent. To proceed, research basic provisioning. You may need to scroll up to the top to find it. All research has a price as listed in the tooltip. Some late-stage research will also cost exotics, which is a subject for another tutorial. Some research topics have prerequisites shown by arrows from previous tiles. If no arrow can be drawn, a triangle appears on the top left corner. Topics that unlock ships, ship items, and planet items have a key icon in the bottom right. If you have research in progress, you'll see the research queue at the bottom. You can also click and drag titles to organize their research order. You can auto-queue advanced research items, which adds its prerequisites automatically. Click the Garrison expansion to see this in action and drag to the front of the queue. This button toggles a more compressed view of the research tree, very handy for quick navigation. If you want to find specific research, you can use type to search in this text filter, very useful for advanced players. Oh, cool. It also checks both military and civilian domains for your results, so you don't have to search in each separately. We completed the research tutorial. Derelicts and wreckage. Welcome, Commander. In this tutorial, we will explore how to locate and capture derelicts and how to salvage wreckage. Derelicts are found adrift throughout the galaxy. Their origin is unknown. Capturing derelicts grants you various rewards, including resources and exotics. They can be captured by capital ships. A derelict has been located at an adjacent gravity well. Zoom out far enough to see a planet with a yellow indicator in the upper left of its icon. This means a derelict is present. Zoom into the derelict located in the planet's gravity well. It will be a gray triangular shaped icon with a gray circle around it. The derelict has been located at an adjacent gravity well. Zoom out far enough.
Got a job for me?
Is it this? Notice that the derelict is surrounded by defenders. These scavengers want to claim the derelict for their own profit. You'll need to fight them off and claim it for yourself. Send your fleet to clear the gravity well, and then move your capital ship into the circle around the derelict to start capturing it. Okay, so I'm gonna move my fleet.
What now?
Send your fleet to clear the gravity well. Okay, that's my fleet.
Got a job for me? What now? Got a job for me?
What was the move icon?
Brace for combat. All hands, prepare for a phase jump. What now? Got a job for me? Ahead slow.
So, Commander, capturing derelicts gives you their resources and boosts your capital ship's experience. This can be crucial for gaining an early game momentum against an enemy. Wreckage works similarly to derelicts. There is an enemy player on this map. Destroy their capital ship and capture the wreckage as you would a derelict. There is.
Give the order. We're underway. All hands, prepare for a phase jump. Got a job for me? Ahead slow.
Very good, Commander. Acquiring resources from wreckage not only boosts your supplies, but also denies them to your enemy. Strategies like this are key to winning. Alright, we got the wreckage there. Economy overview. Welcome to the economy tutorial. Here you will learn the basics of how to generate and use resources. Let's get started. This is your resource window. It displays the amount of the 3 basic resources: credits, metal, and crystals. These resources are often required in various combinations for building units, conducting research, and more. Oop, hold on a minute. This is your resource window. It displays the amount of 3 basic resources: credits, mineral, and crystal. These resources are often required. The Vasari, however, do not need to use credits and primarily rely on metal and crystal. While they can use credits with the market, it's not a necessity for them. Hovering over each resource in the resource window shows its income rate. Each planet generates a certain amount per second. To succeed, you must maximize this number. As your economy grows, you will incur infrastructure taxes based on your income, not your ships or fleet supply. It's a marginal tax system where higher income is taxed at a higher rate. Initially, your tax rate will be 0 as your income will be low. Let's look at how to produce more resources from your planet. Select your home planet to continue. This is your planet's mining track. It represents the production of metal and crystals on your selected planet. Increase it to continue. Once this track is complete, your planet will produce more metal and crystal per second and is your primary way to acquire these resources. This is your commerce track. It functions similarly to the mining track, except it governs your credit production rather than metal or crystal. Upgrade your commerce track to continue. Another great way to increase your economic production is through research. Open your civilian research window to continue. Some research subjects will increase your overall productivity. Let's explore this by researching civilian research tier 1 to continue. Excellent. Over the tier research to see that it increases all metal gained from planets by a flat percentage. Invest in subjects like these to improve your overall resource production. Another way to increase resource production is by using orbital extractors. These advanced structures need research but are unlocked for this tutorial. Press escape, select your home planet and go to the structures menu and build a metal excavator to continue. Okay, metal excavator. You can build excavators on each resource asteroid a planet has, but they cost logistics slots. Some planets, like ice worlds, have more crystal asteroids, while others, like volcanic worlds, have more metal. Consider planet types when planning your empire's growth. Sometimes you just need to buy and sell resources rapidly to achieve your production goals. Luckily, various factions across the galaxy host markets where you can buy and sell metal and crystal. However, if someone destroys a faction, their market will vanish with them. This is the market window, and is the main way to engage with markets in the galaxy. Here you can buy or sell metal and crystal for credits. Buy some metal. That's our economy tutorial. What do we got? Exotics? Welcome to the exotics tutorial. Here we will learn how to acquire and use exotics. This is your exotics button. It shows your exotics amounts with colored pips. Hover for the tooltip details and click to open for the full exotics menu. These are your exotics. Taronite, Indurium, Kalanide, Andvar, and Cornerium, or Cornium. They are used for advanced structures, capital ships, planet items, and more, and are harder to obtain than crystal, metal, and credits. Let's talk about how they are acquired. Close the exotics window and select your home planet to continue. Oops, there we go. This is your survey buttons. Surveying is often random, but some planets guarantee exotic rewards. This helps build capital ships early and is your main way to get exotics until later in the game. Surveying can also discover some other special rewards. Be sure not to neglect them, as your discoveries could give you an edge over your opponents. Start surveying to give it a try. Queue up surveying. Another way to acquire exotics is to capture derelicts. A derelict has been located at the adjacent galaxy well. Zoom out far enough to see a planet with a yellow indicator in the upper left of its icon. This means a derelict is present. Zoom in to the derelict located in the planet's gravity well. It will be a gray triangular-shaped icon with a gray circle around it. Okay, doing that again, huh? This is a derelict. They are always guarded by scavengers who are looking to profit from their find. You'll have to fight them to get it for yourself. Capturing derelicts, see the derelict tutorial, is another great way to get early access to exotics. Another important way to acquire exotic is to build them yourself in exotic refineries. In order to do this, we will need to research the correct technology, then build a refinery. Let's get started. Open the civilian research window. Exotic creation is quite advanced, so it's locked behind civilian research tier 3. For the purpose of this tutorial, you have infinite research points. Go ahead and queue up research tier 3 to continue. Now queue up the refinery research to continue. Great. Press escape, select your home planet, and open up the build orbital structures window. Wink. Here. Very good. As you can see, the exotic refining icon is now unlocked. Build an exotic refinery to continue. Exotic refineries convert basic resources into exotics. Each refinery makes one exotic at a time, so you'll need several for a strong exotic economy. The ability to make exotics on demand is invaluable. Let's queue one up. Open your exotics window to continue. Clicking any exotic icon will queue it at an available refinery. The picture and number below the exotic section shows how many exotic refineries you have. You can queue up as many exotics as you can afford. Create a new exotic to continue. We completed the exotics tutorial. Conquer and colonize. See, in this tutorial you will learn how to use your fleet to conquer and colonize enemy planets. You have been afforded a fleet of various units under the leadership of a coal battleship. Adjacent to your location is an asteroid with a small fleet of defenders. Your first job will be to destroy these forces and colonize the asteroid. When it comes to colonization, an asteroid is considered a planet. To colonize an unoccupied planet, you will need a ship with the colonize ability. Some planets require special research to be colonized, but not asteroids. Let's build a Protev colony frigate to take over. Your colony frigate is very important, but is extremely vulnerable. It's usually best to clear the target planet of enemies before attempting to colonize it. Send your attack fleet to destroy the asteroid's defenders, and then bring in your colony frigate to colonize it. When your ship arrives, it will auto-colonize the asteroid unless there are enemy siege ships nearby. You can turn this off by right-clicking the colonize button. Colonize the adjacent asteroid. Okay. Okay, so we need to explore that one first. And that's just the sun, or just a star. Where's the adjacent asteroid? This is already mine, right? Send your attack fleet to destroy the asteroid's defenders. What defenders? Are there any defenders?
Comlink active. That's more like it. Give the order. Yes, Commander. At once. Got a job for me? What now? That's more like it. Give the order. Easily done.
Colony frigates.
Give me a planet to bomb. Waiting on you. That's what I like to see. Who needs bombing today? On my way.
Oh, am I supposed to go further out? Destroy the asteroid's defenders and bring in your colony frigate to colonize it.
Where to, Commander? Yes, Commander. Stand by for phase jump.
Excellent job on establishing your first colony, but there is a far richer planet right next door, the enemy's home planet. Unlike the asteroid, the enemy's home planet is already occupied. You will not be able to colonize it until the enemy is dispatched. Send your attack fleet to clear the defenses and bomb their planet with your Krozov's siege frigates. After they lose control of the planet, bring in your colony frigate to take it over. Hint, all capital ships can bomb planets too.
Waiting on you.
Colony frigates.
You got it. All power to jump drive. This is gonna hurt. Give the order.
This shall be our finest hour. Plotting jump coordinates.
Additional research required.
What now? Firing all turrets. Phase jump is being readied. Ready for orders. Transmission received. Stand by for phase jump.
Great work at growing your empire. In a real scenario, you would be one step closer to winning. By default, you win by bombing out all enemy home planets. You can change the victory conditions in the game in the lobby map settings. Okay. A little confusing, but I guess I wasn't paying attention. Okay, welcome to the minor factions tutorial. Here you will learn about the minor factions and how to use them to your advantage. Throughout the galaxy, the major powers, the Tech, the Advent, and the Visari are locked in endless war. Offshoots of each have also set up their own operations wherever they could. They are always highly entrenched in their gravity well, so combat is not something to be taken lightly. Luckily, everyone has a price. Your minor factions window will show you all the minor factions in the galaxy. Open it up to continue. From here, you can interact with all the minor factions you've encountered. They will appear once you discover them. You can exert soft power over the various minor factions using influence. Your influence points are shown at the top. There are different ways to increase your influence potential, but the primary ways are via research and planet items. We will start with research. Current civilian research subjects will give permanent increases to your maximum influence points. Open your civilian research window to continue. Read the research that has been highlighted. It will increase your maximum influence by a few points. Research it to continue. You may need to scroll down to see it. Yeah, sure. Wink. Now return to the minor factions window. You increase your maximum influence points. The bar below your points shows your influence generation rate. When it fills, you'll gain another point. Spreading culture speeds this up. Let's see what you can spend influence points on. We have been given detection to see the only minor faction in this scenario, the pirates. This bar represents your reputation level with that faction. You can increase this by spending influence points. For this tutorial, you will be allowed to ignore influence costs. The highlight row shows rewards from minor factions, which also cost influence. These rewards are crucial and can turn the tide of battle. For example, the pirate's boarding crew can steal an opponent's ship. After claiming a reward, you must wait for a cooldown before claiming it again. Okay, alright, that's actually not bad at all. Combat model overview. Here you will learn the basics of the combat model and how to use this knowledge for victory. You've been given a small fleet to analyze. While the actual size of your fleet is important, understanding the capabilities of each ship is crucial. This knowledge allows you to build a fleet composition that counters your opponent. Every ship type has strengths and weaknesses, being effective against some targets and vulnerable to others. Let's go over an example. Select one of your Cobalt Light frigates to continue.
Give the order.
Display the tooltip for this unit by hovering over the unit itself or the center portrait in the bottom bar of the HUD. This unit has decently high damage per second, DPS, and can hit hard in large groups. In Sins 2, all unit weapons are fully simulated. If you zoom in on the light frigate, you'll notice it tracks turrets, making it vulnerable to faster corvettes because it can't rotate fast enough to acquire a target. Now, select and focus on your Cole battleship to continue.
Comlink active.
The Cole's tooltip shows it has a variety of weapons, including light autocannon turrets. These turrets can rotate quickly enough to track corvettes. However, it has no point defense turrets, so it is vulnerable to long-range missiles. To protect our units from missiles, build Guard of Flak frigates with fast-tracking point defense turrets to take down missiles and strike craft. They're not effective against other targets, so they need support. Build some flak frigates to continue. Where's the build menu? What do I need? 10? Excellent. The combat model is deep, but when it comes to the basics, the next most important factor is durability. Every unit has a durability ranking as shown in its tooltip. Durability reflects the quality of its shields, armor, and hull points. Higher durability means less damage taken. Weapons with high pierce can counter high durability. However, combat isn't just about stats. Select a corvette to see a simple example.
I need some excitement.
Display the tooltip and note that it has 0 durability. Corvettes gain their defense primarily through maneuverability. They are very, very effective as a swarm unit against targets with fixed or slow-moving turrets, even if the weapons have very high DPS or pierce. An enemy base has been set up nearby with assailant missile frigates and a starbase. To take down the starbase, it's best to use torpedo cruisers. Let's prepare for this engagement by building some torpedo cruisers. 10, 2. Amazing. They won't know what hit them. Build another capital ship to continue. We should be ready to attack. Select all your ships and add them to your fleet with a right click. Use flak fighters to intercept enemy missiles while the rest of your fleet targets the starbase. Destroy the opponent's starbase to continue. Hint, right-click the fleet's move button so they can jump simultaneously. Let's see. Select all your ships and add them to your fleet with a right-click.
Commander. Easily done.
Use your flak frigates to intercept enemy missiles while the Earth fleet targets the starbase. Am I attacking these guys?
Comlink active. Ready for battle. Good day, Commander. Comlink active. That's more like it. Plotting jump coordinates. Comlink online. Tracking targets. Confirmed. Ready to swat some flies. Tracking targets. Where do you need me? Brace for combat.
Alright, we have the combat mode tutorial. Kablooey. Alright, well. Let's see here. So we got a lot of these to pick from. Let's see. Agamon Bounty. Forces must descend upon Agamon's star system to compete for its rumored riches. Only the most cunning will grasp the system's greatest rewards. Okay, so you can pick your race to start with, and then the kind of AI you want. And yeah, why don't we stop it there? This is meowmurai. You've been watching Sins of a Solar Empire 2. I'm gonna quit here. Yeah. Running on PC. So obviously, just the first hour that you spend will be going through tutorials. Especially if you've never played it, one of these games before, which I have not. But the good thing is that the technology behind the game is really good. You know, unlike we saw with Homeworld 3, which was a much more ambitious game in terms of rendering imagery. This while it still looks very, very good, is not trying to do the real-time RTX physics and everything that Homeworld was doing. And this is a significantly different game, since this is 4 times real-time 4 times game versus the RTS game that Homeworld was. So, yeah, 2 very different games, 2 different settings, obviously. So different audiences are going to be attracted to different kinds of games. But this is going to be a much more in-depth real-time strategy that will require you to manage resources and worry about your diplomacy and discovering new areas. So if you're into that, then I think this is a pretty well done game, just overall. Again, it's the first time it's available on Steam. It's been available on other stores for quite a while now. But if you're a person that only buys your games through Steam, now you have a chance to play this game, and it comes in at a pretty low price. So you're going to get a lot out of just the main game, even outside of the expansions. If you want to get the expansions, of course you can, but the main game fills you with I think it's around 40 or 50 hours worth of gameplay, potentially more depending on how you play it. And then if you want to play with different races, that increases the time that you play. A lot of the battles have a lot of randomized, a lot of the scenarios have a lot of randomized elements inside of them, so you never really play the same game twice, or you never really even though you may play the same scenario twice, it may not ever be the same game twice. So check it out if you like these games. Again, it's not that often we get new real-time strategy games. It's even less often we get 4 times games. So take advantage while you can. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching. I will see you at the next stream.